As explained before, most people underestimate the transition from energy deficit to energy maintenance or surplus, or make many other mistakes causing them fat regain. Most lifters dream bulk, gaining a lot of fat instead of lean bulk, where you also maximize strength and muscle gain without gaining fat. Unless you advance when you actually have to gain some fat to make visible progress. But you still shouldn't get fat. Look at my body fat after 20 plus weeks of lean bulking. I prefer to be much leaner, but it's necessary to make visible progress. The best way to avoid unnecessary fat gain is to lose fat first, so you see progress and body fat changes easier. The more diligent you are, the less fat you get, because any surplus which isn't burned or used for muscle growth stores as fat. The more meticulous you are, the longer you can lean bulk without going into a caloric deficit. That's great for both sustainability and results. Unless you advance, you don't get muscular much faster in surplus than in deficit. So get lean first through body recomposition when you're building muscle and strength almost at the same pace as in energy surplus while losing fat. By being lean, you also improve your nutrition partitioning, telling how much energy intake your body uses for storing muscle and fat. On the other hand, keeping things sustainable has priority over nutrition partitioning. So use advice from the how to get from a 6-pack to an 8-pack and the diet break chapters to avoid any unnecessary fat regain and enjoy the entire process. You don't have to be fat phobic, because to gain a kilo of fat, you must eat about 9,441 kilocalories more than you burn. Yet many other factors, such as muscle loss and lower physical activity, can quicken fat regain. The other factor is the thermic food effect, the energy required for food metabolizing. If you start increasing energy intake after fat loss, your thermic food effect also increases. And depending on the adaptability of your metabolism, your body tends to move more as you eat more energy. Again, increasing energy expenditure. Suppose you've been in a 10% caloric deficit at the end of your fat loss. By multiplying your current energy intake by 10%, you shouldn't be gaining weight besides water or glycogen. Thus, you should initially add more energy to get to an energy surplus. Then gradually add more energy as your metabolism speeds up to maintain a caloric surplus and maximize muscle and strength gain. Your energy surplus has to reflect your current energy expenditure, training stimulus, nutrition, lifestyle factors, and advancement level. Because the more advanced you are, the less muscle you build. But the more you optimize the mentioned critical factors, the faster your muscle gain will be. Muscle growth can even naturally differ by 7-fold. So more than anything, adjusting your caloric intake according to results is critical. I'll show you the detailed guide in the muscle gain video. So subscribe so you won't miss it. How to get 6-pack abs without suffering, and how to get from a 6-pack to an 8-pack. First and foremost, underestimate none of the advice in this video. Besides those, you must have an optimized training plan for the best possible results. It must be adjusted to your exercise-specific advancement level and individual differences, health limitations, your overall lifestyle, including stress and sleep, and of course, your goals. I'll tell you more about the most effective training in the soon coming video. If it's challenging to get to your goal, check the diet break and how to make your fat loss easy chapters. You'll find there are practical guides with stepping stones. Since what's the point of getting 6-pack abs all at once and regaining it back in 3 days as I did in the past? It'll take time depending on your genetics, effort, and optimization of critical factors. If you're a female, it's not always convenient to get 6-pack abs, because you could lose your menstrual cycle if you're too lean. Watch the full video on my YouTube channel. Subscribe.